Hey, hi students, how are you all? Today we are going to start one of the most important lessons from geography, and that is climate. You know very well the area where we live, or your relatives live, or your friends if they might be out of India or they may be out of Maharashtra. So you will find if you ask them which kind of climate is there, then you will find the difference between the climate that you live in and the climate that they reside in. So why this difference is there? What are the factors which affect this climate? Which factors bring the heat? Which factors bring the coldness? So that we will in details will study in this lesson. Okay, so let's begin. First of all, we'll understand the difference between climate and weather. See, weather is just limited to a specific part and for specific time. Means, if you ask me what is the weather, then that weather will be limited to today. You will ask me how is the weather today? Weather is limited to a day or to a week. But climate, it is related to 30, 25, 20 years. Okay, so when we talk about weather, weather is about a day, weather is about a week, or mostly it can be a month. Okay, so weather refers to the conditions of the atmosphere at a specific place over a short period of time. And if you talk about the climate, then you will come to know. Means when we ask how's the climate of India, then we have to say the climate of India is moderate. If you ask me how is the climate of England, then we have to say the climate of England is cold, isn't it? So cold means throughout the year it is cold, okay? Or sometime it may happen that during specific week or month there can be heat in England, but still we say that the climate of England is cold. It means that we are referring it for some years. Means if you observe the England or the countries which are in frigid zone, then you will understand one thing, that these countries they are very cold and there they get snowfall. So we call it that the climate there is cold. But if somebody asks how is the climate in Africa, then the climate of Africa is very hot. Okay, so in this way climate refers to the atmospheric conditions of a specific place over a considerable period of time, usually 30 or 35 years. So climate remains largely unchanged. It doesn't change. But weather may change from day to day, week to week. Clear? So this is the difference between weather and climate. So if you ask me the difference between weather and climate in one word, then I will say that weather is a temporary, whereas climate is a permanent. Of course, these two words are relative. Nothing is permanent in this world. But still, relatively means in comparison with weather, it is permanent. Clear? So let's move to the other part. Now, in this lesson, as we are going to talk about climate, then we have to study when we ask someone how's the climate, then what exactly he has to tell us. Then he has to tell us about the temperature. How much temperature means average temperature there, how much precipitation is there, then how much humidity is there, and pressure and winds. So these four are the elements of climate. So first of all, we are going to talk about temperature. You know very well, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit or in degree. So if you see in our India, the average temperature during summer, it is 38 to 42 degrees Celsius. Of course, in some states or in some territories, it is higher than this, or in some territories, it is less than this. But still, on an average, we can say that the temperature of India is between 38 to 42 degrees Celsius in summer season. Clear? So what is temperature? Temperature is the degree of hotness and coldness of a place. So the temperature is affected by the solar radiation reaching to the Earth's surface. Okay, means from the solar, means from the sun, how much heat we are getting, it is dependent upon that how much temperature will be there. See, so of course there are some factors again which affects this sunlight. You can see in the world that in some places the people, they are receiving maximum sunlight, and in some areas there is less sunlight. Let's take example, means just observe the earth. As you know very well, polar region, in these polar regions there is a night for 6 months and there is a day for 6 months. Why? Because our earth is tilted, it is 23 degrees Celsius tilted, it is not straight. So these two parts, they receive very minimum sunlight. Okay, so sometimes one is so much exposed to the earth and sometimes it is not exposed to the sun. Okay, and this way we will understand one thing, that the sunlight received on the earth, it varies place to place and time to time. So what factors are there which affect this sunlight? Okay, so one of them is latitude. So first of all, we'll study about latitude. I know very well that you know what is latitude and longitude. Okay, so we'll take it as a revision. Okay, so see, to understand the time and the place, we have drawn imaginary line on the earth. The lines which are vertical, we call them longitudes, and the lines which are imaginary and they are horizontal, we call them latitude. So the middle part, means the middle line, we call it as an equator. Okay, this is the middle latitude. So you know very well, as it is the middle part, it receives maximum sunlight. As it receives maximum sunlight, it is so much hot. So you can take the example of Africa. Africa is in equator. It is located on equator. That's why the people from Africa, they are very black. Because of high temperature of the sun, because of this heat, there is one element which evolves in our body, which is called melanin. This melanin makes our body black. Okay, that's why you can see many people from Africa, they are black, isn't it? So latitude, equator is the middle latitude. Then from equator, if you go northward, then you will find Tropic of Cancer. If you go southward 23 degree 0.5, then you will see that there is a Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so in this way, middle line is equator, northern side Tropic of Cancer, and below Tropic of Capricorn. So when we talk about India, you will come to know that Tropic of Cancer goes from exactly middle of the India. So half part of India means northern part of India and southern part of India. So in this way, Tropic of Cancer has divided India. So of course, from this it is very easy to understand. Southern part of India, it is near to the equator. That's why it receives maximum sunlight, and that's why the people from South India, they are black. Okay, so in which area you are living and on which latitude you are located, as per that it will be decided that how much sunlight you are receiving. Clear? So the first factor is latitude. Second factor is altitude. Altitude means height. Okay, means from seashore, how much on how much height you are. You know very well, if you are on height, then there will be so much heat and there will be a low pressure of air. Okay, then distance from the sea, as you know very well, that when we will go away from the sea, then humidity will be less and low temperature will be there more and more. Okay, so all these factors, they're responsible for the hotness and coldness of a place. Clear? So temperature is affected by these three factors. Now let's move towards second element, that is humidity. We know very well that Mumbai is very humid city. If you have visited Mumbai, you might have understood, you might have experienced it, that in winter season also the people are running fans there. There is so, means it's not a kind of heat, but there is a humidity, and because of this humidity you can see there are oily faces, isn't it? So this, what is the humidity exactly? Humidity is the amount of water present in the air, water vapor in the air. So you know very well that we receive winds, we receive air from the ocean. When this air coming from the ocean, of course it holds the vapor in itself. So when it comes, it is kind of steam. Okay, so it makes us sweat, means it will not be shocking to us, or it will not be so much hot, but it is neither cold, so it makes us sweat. So this is called humidity. Definitely we can't see it, that's why it's invisible. And this humidity indicates the probability of precipitation. You know very well, in monsoon season, if you have visited the villages, you might have understood, you might have experienced this. When there is so much humidity, then the villagers, they will start talking that today there is a possibility that it may rain, isn't it? So on the humidity it will be decided that whether rainfall will be there or not, how much dew or how much fog will be there, it will be decided on humidity. Clear? So two elements we have seen. First, that is temperature, second humidity, and third is precipitation. Precipitation means rainfall. In Hindi we call it parjanya. Okay, so precipitation is water falling from the atmosphere onto the earth's surface in the form of rain, snow, or hail. So we receive water from the sky in three forms. It can be in the form of rain, snow, or hail. We all have experienced rain. In our India, we don't receive snow, but if you go to Jammu and Kashmir, there you can experience it. Okay, or if you go to European countries, there you can experience it, because India is near to equator, or we are near to, means in the middle of Tropic of Cancer, so there is not that much cold, that's why we don't receive snowfall, but we receive hailstorm, isn't it? What is hailstorm? In winter season, many times, or before winter season, you might have witnessed this, that there are small stones of ice, they are falling from the sky. Okay, and they are such strong that if it drops on your head, there is a possibility that it can kill you. Okay, so hailstorm. So in these three forms we receive water from the sky. Okay, so form of precipitations depends on the temperature of the place where it falls. So in which form you will receive rainfall, or in which form you will receive water, it depends where you are living. For example, if you are living in European countries, you will receive rainfall in the form of snow. Okay, then sometimes when there is a winter season and jet streams, they are coming from Mediterranean Sea, then there is a hailstorm. So place and time and rain in monsoon season. In our India, we have 4 months, which are, we can say, we have gifted to the monsoon to show its show, isn't it? So in this way, rain, snow, and hail, They are form of the precipitation. Now, the fourth one, pressure and winds. Air pressure is the force caused by the weight of air on the earth's surface. Okay, first of all, we'll try to understand the science of air. You know very well that air travels from high pressure to low pressure, and how this high pressure and low pressure is created, how this territory or how this area which is full of low pressure or high pressure is created. This is about the sunlight. Okay, means, see, the area which is so much heat, which is so much hot, at that place there is a low pressure, and the area where there is so much water, this area is with it is completely full of high pressure. That's why in our summer season, what happens? In summer season there is so much heat we receive from the sun, and that's why specific area is so much hot, means India is so much hot. So winds come from the Arabic Ocean, from Bombay it comes to us, because in that ocean there is a high pressure, and they travel with the humidity, they travel as a cloud to our India, and they give us a lot of rain. Okay, so this is about pressure. So here you can see the picture. As you rise high and high from the sea level, there will be lower air pressure. Okay, and when you will be down, then it will be higher air pressure. Clear? On water there will be higher air pressure. So low pressure occurs when altitude is higher, and high pressure occurs when altitude is lower. So this is what about pressure. What is wind? Wind is the movement of air. Okay, so there are many kinds of winds which we in many seasons we receive from the ocean, or it just keeps moving in any of a specific territory. Okay, so now there is a question for you. Amount of water vapor in the air, what it is called, that you have to find out. Force caused by the weight of air and water falling from the atmosphere. Okay, just match the pairs. And which are the factors that determine the amount of solar radiation? Okay, those three factors I have told you. Okay, so think about it, and next time come with the answer. So till here I hope this is very clear to you. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.